This year's season of Big Brother, Big Brother 23, is arguably one of the best that we've had in a hot minute, because I think we can all agree that 22 was awful and 21 was very controversial. Although both of those seasons had decent winners, the journey to get there I don't think was really worth the end outcome at all. But overall, Big Brother 23 for the most part has been a pretty solid season, but albeit it has been incredibly boring. And this season is yet another season that is dancing on that fine line of controversial because of the alliance that has dominated the entire season. If you go anywhere on social media when Big Brother 23 is being discussed, whether it's Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, any single platform, there is a large group of people that is deeming this season very racist. The reason for that being the powerhouse alliance that has taken over this season, known as the Cookout. Now, the reason why the Cookout alliance was deemed racist was because you had to be a certain skin color in order to get into the alliance. So yeah, there's a little discrimination there. I don't think the motivation of the alliance is anything racist or inherently evil. I think the end goal is to get somebody of the same skin color to win the game, which is understandable because you haven't had that proper representation on Big Brother. However, the method is of course a little sus. It's definitely dancing on that fine line of controversial, and that's why a lot of people are upset by it. But even with all of the controversies that this season has had and the boringness that it has provided in terms of the fact that a big alliance is just dominating the season, one thing has remained a fact that every single person can agree on. This season has brought us one of the most popular Big Brother players to ever play the game. When you think of legendary Big Brother players that carried their season, that have played the game amazingly, and that are insanely popular with the fans, you think of people like Janelle, Kaser, the Riley sisters, even though, I'm not a big fan of them. Dr. Will, Dan Giesling, Derek, Hayden Moss, people like that, right? You don't typically think about people who have only played one season. However, I think that this person in this season has really kind of changed the game. And of course, if you've even watched the slightest bit of Big Brother 23, then you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about my man, the myth, the legend, Derek X. Derek X shocked the hell out of me. Whenever this season first started and we had the little intros of everyone, I was like, he seems aight, he seems cool, whatever, maybe he's kind of nerdy, I don't know. And then the season actually starts and you get into the first episode outside of just promotional packages, and you're like, yo, Derek X is a freaking stud. Like, this dude's a beast. What the hell? Derek X is by far my favorite house guest in years, and I think that he is a surefire candidate to return in a future season. Legitimately, the next time that they do returns, I don't see how Derek X is not the first person that they call. I don't see how he is not the first person to be called. He should be. This man is blowing up. His social medias are through the roof. Everything about him is just popping off. People are constantly talking about him. He consistently got $100 in the vote-ins for the Big Brother arcade, whatever you want to call it, the arcade, the casino. He's 100% getting America's favorite player. Like, it's not even a question. And I could see this man becoming a Big Brother legend. I mean, he really already is off of just one season, and he didn't even get that far. He was like the 6th or 7th person to be voted out, the second person in the jury. And I think a lot of his popularity has to do with the fact that even though he was a beast in the challenges, he still was an underdog because there was a giant alliance that he wasn't in. And also a lot of it has to do with his relationship, friendship, whatever you want to call it, with Hannah. I think a lot of that has to do with that, because let's be honest, that was adorable as hell. But he is a great strategist. He's just too pure to realize the common denominator with the Cookout, and I think that that's really a huge testament to his character, and it's really fun to see. Derek X is just a good old boy. He's a pure soul, and it's really rare to see people like that on Big Brother. I think you get people like that far more often on a show like Survivor. Big Brother definitely attempts to cast the young, douchey kind of people. Big Brother's casting hasn't been too hot in recent years. I think the last time that Big Brother had a really strong casting was 20, and maybe 20 wasn't that long ago, but it's the fact that that was a few years ago. As to our Survivor, hey, if one season sucks, you're getting another one, potentially 2 more in the same year, so you don't really have to worry about it. That season can become irrelevant. But with Big Brother, you gotta wait a whole year. So the casting better be solid, and this time around, the casting was pretty solid, especially with Derek X, because in my opinion, if it wasn't for Derek X, then this season would be just as controversial, and it would go down as another one of those seasons just like Big Brother 21. Now, that is not necessarily my opinion in terms of what I think should happen or how I feel about it, if it genuinely affects me that way, because it doesn't. I don't mind the Cookout. They're a big alliance. They're kicking ass. Like, you have to show respect. They're steamrolling the competition, and they're playing a great game. I'm just pointing out what other people have said on social media, things that I've read about the controversy that this season has provided. started. I do think that controversy is a little factor in Derek X's success, or a big factor, whatever you want to say. But it doesn't matter how controversial this season is. If Derek X sucked, then he would not be this popular. So obviously his character, his motivation, his drive, his passion, his personality, everything about him is why he is one of the most popular house guests in Big Brother history. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this question right here. Should Derek X return for the next return season? And when should they do it? What should the theme be? How should they bring people back? Because if you're a fan of Survivor, you know that people get brought back far more on Survivor than they do on Big Brother. And I think it's time we start bringing more Big Brother people back, and hopefully it doesn't end out like All Stars 2. Alrighty guys, that's all I have for you in this video, so please like the video if you did enjoy, comment down below what you guys think of the video, and let me know in the comments down below what you think of Derek X. Did you like him? Did you dislike him? Let me know, I'm interested to see. And also, who are you voting for America's favorite player? I think Derek X is for sure getting it. I'm 100% voting for him, but I want to know who you're voting for, so let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you guys check the description below for my Discord, my Instagram, all the social medias and stuff is in the description down below, so make sure you guys peep that. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm doing a new direction on this channel. I'm going to be talking about Big Brother, Survivor, all that stuff, so let me know what y'all want to see in the comments down below. And if you are excited for that type of content, then make sure you subscribe. I hope you guys have yourselves a fantastic day, week, and life. Thank you so much for watching this video.
Leonard likes this post.
Peace out.
She taught me off in the back of a McDonald's. It only cost a big nine. That shit like $3.